Our CSR spent is in the region of 4 crores on an average. That's very small compared to companies like EIL perhaps, where they must be having huge. Ma'am, what is your spent? By the way, the amount spent comes in the annual report, so so you can look it up there. If you have any questions, sir, sir.
You are supplying, producing almost 2 crores less. You are saving money, 2 crores less, and consequential, effects.
Sir.
So that is a great contribution all round. Raw material or whatever. You could have made it higher profit. The profiteering, which would have come from a private sector, is not there. You could have made it 12 crores. So you are deliberately making it 10 crores.
No, sir.
They are
I'll
contributing
clarify.
in many ways.
So it's been perhaps not understood rightly, or maybe I have not expressed it. It is international competitive bidding.
Okay, in bidding.
So when these multinationals know I am in the play, they know what to do. When I'm not in the play, when I'm not eligible for some technology, which they ensure that they'll go and tell these guys, you need this technology. And the state governments get very excited. Yes, Noida, we need this technology. Noida, we just lost by a whisker to a Chinese company. So
your presence in the sector is a great deterrent,
sir,
to cost going up.
so therefore
they
our
are
life-
helping.
Our life is under threat.
Well, doesn't matter, but you are doing a service to the society. That itself is social responsibility.
So 87%.
Not just spending 2%.
So 87% of whatever we sell is against competition with multinationals across. Multinational competition, 87% of what we sell.
Dr. Misra, if we didn't have any critical areas, the PSUs, what would happen? It would have cost just, India would have just paid through nose for nothing. So therefore they are holding the price line. Many people say we don't need public sector, but these are the examples where you need. You must have price line. So that itself is social responsibility.
But the Chinese companies are coming and coming in a big way. They are getting a lot of subsidy from their governments, and they are able to make inroads into our corporations so that they get the orders. You understand what that means?
Yes, I do.
That at a macro level, if it is not checked,
Quality may not be there.
so quality may not be there, but you will discover it after you spend 900 crores in a metro. Like Calcutta Metro, recently we got a 900 crores order. It was because earlier one multinational consortium had defaulted. They could not do it, even though they had got the order. That entire thing slipped by about 5 years. This is going to be the east-west in Calcutta, where you're going to have Sialda to Howrah with a line coming under the Ganga. So we are going to be supplying the coaches there. The point I'm trying to make is, it may be a little too late by the time you discover. It's perhaps, I don't know if I'm going to stir a hornet's nest, but it's like a Kargil which perhaps we are discovering in JNU. We really didn't know what was happening in JNU, and slowly it is coming out. So in our corporations also we don't know. We are all, it's very easy to say privatize, profitability, you should be efficient, you should be on a commercial basis. Can I hire and fire a fellow? Now, if I can't hire and fire at will, that difference, can I charge it to CSR? So these are some questions that...
I think empowering the public sector is something one can work on. How to empower more and more.
Empowering is not to help, sir. Basically, the issue is today on the processes. No matter how much you empower, until and unless your tendering process changes, he's very rightly said, even in EIL, we missed such good job orders only because of this.
Absolutely, you said it.
Because, manpower
No,
cost
I again, it will stop, it will create a lot of turmoil. Can we not internalize the vigilance mechanism in place? With a high profile board, who are board directors? People who would have been SBA, who would have been a CBC, they are the board. With this kind of people, Cannot internalize this vigilance. Why should go to external mechanism?
You know how to empower the people. But I will put this other way. How to get empowered? Now we are talking family issues. Those are the we also talk. I can give you a concrete example of some public enterprises. They have done it in a very, very way, and the CBC knows anything. For instance, they have entered MOU. And through MOU, they have just solved the problem of L1.
No, that is not the issue. Actually,
So-
I think we are digressing somewhere from CSR when we are talking about this. But just to close this matter, what I like thinking also agree. See what happens is most of these foreign companies have got their big offices in India now. Nothing stops them. When we go abroad, we go to Venezuela. Therefore, every Indian that we recruit, we need to recruit 9 of their locals. Similarly, in the case of Malaysia, we don't have a policy where open arms we welcome. So now that back offices are here. Now, when they are bidding for the same job, maybe it's an IOC job or maybe it's an OEGC job or any job, when they are bidding at that point of time, they are outsourcing their people. The quality of manpower is not the same. So obviously, the entire bid cost goes down. Whereas public sector, we have to keep the wages that we have to give as per DP guidance. I can't reduce that. So no matter how much I try to cut short on overheads and things like that and then bid, any case it will be higher than that. So this is a story of all those who are going into bidding, whether it's BML, whether it's EIL, it's going to be the same story. So actually empowering and vigilance is not the issue. The issue is much larger now. Because there is foreign companies today who are coming in over here.
But then you have to find a way out. If you have higher material cost, then you have to do something.
Somewhere
create an advantage. If you just sit on the and don't create an advantage, then you will lose.
No, the other day CBC was addressing, you were there that day when we have, many companies came up with this, that why are you discouraging nomination on nomination basis for public sector? So he said, I'm open to that, I will examine that. So the present CBC seems to be looking into this, and we are hopeful things will happen, but it's a much larger issue. It's not only empowering boards. Boards will...
Madam, even in CSR spending, external vigilance provision is also a deterrent on CSR spending. Many places that I've seen, CSR money is not able to because external
I was
vigilance.
telling him that just now, you
Because
know, the
there's also a
challenge.
problem.
There's a process to follow, which maybe the Ratan Tata or others don't have to follow.
Yesterday I was with my team, I'm trying to do a manpower strategy. So my guys told me, I said, look, these are the 5-6 companies in India. Okay, limited. Sir, one fellow is going as a director in another company. He is my chief general manager. He says, sir, I will not do it. If you do it, then vigilance will come after me and this is going to happen. So the problem with empowerment is that, over a period of time, if you've been bashing, as is very fashionable and rightly so for a variety of reasons, that the PSUs get bashed for different reasons. We don't get into the root cause. And suddenly if you tell the fellow you are good, I don't have the self-esteem and belief that I can do it. So that is also I'm just being very, very brutally honest. If you tell me I have to, fight a caterpillar, I need 2-3 years before I can fight a caterpillar. I need 2-3 years before I can fight a bombardier. Today I'm already fighting. Who are my metro competitors? Siemens, Bombardier, Alstom, CAF, Rotem, you name it. They have deep pockets. They are laying off people there. And they are coming here and we are welcoming them with open arms. At whose cost? We get sacrificed. We sacrifice to our goddesses, so we get sacrificed. So you had a question.
It's not a question, it's just a query. You were talking in terms of that, you're catering to the people, with your hospitals and colleges. Because normally what we see is in all these, all these PSUs, they would be having such kind of facilities for their own employees only. That is the basic impression. But then how you are going to, how they are going to access you? You got all the security kind of things, within your campus.
Yeah, campus apart. Historically, as I said, 50-year-old company. We had a factory in KGF, which 50 years back was a very, far out place, no population around. So if I didn't have that, there was no way in hell I could have put it. I had to take care of my people. Then I realized that if I have to take care of my people, I have to also take care of the people around. I cannot be feasting in a 5-star when I have starving people next door. There's going to be chaos, social unrest. That is what the triple P is all about. So I have to be in sync with them. But however, over a period of time, companies which are 50-year-old, they collect a baggage. Then suddenly if you start looking at a parameter called your wage cost percentage to revenue, then that goes haywire. But to answer your question simply, yes, we give it to these people. We are also looking at insurance companies to take over these hospitals, so it can be managed. We are also looking at, in one of our factories, the school, we have handed over to a private fellow through a bidding process. He is making profit, we are getting our quality education, there is a peaceful coexistence. We are also trying to do it in the other places. But these will take a long time because too many stakeholders, average age of the company is about 52, 53. Obviously, you would have strong union leaders. You have to carry all stakeholders. So, there lies the challenge.
But one thing, before the statement, the CEO decides in the public sector, I will NLC. That 300 crore budget, figuring Tata's figure, they are spending in such figure 200 crores, another 100 crores elsewhere. But CEO is not the only authority in public sector. There is a board subcommittee, there is a director like you, there is a top-down approach that panchayats, district collector, they also decide. So we prioritize. Even Chhattisgarh chief minister is the member in that development authority. How you can say that CEO might have vested interest, he may give few crores to some under minister's pressure, that is okay. But overall, with a big kitty like NMDC 300 crores per annum we spend, so how you decide that CEO, Mr. Natarajan may be a strong CMD, so he
Mr.
can
Natarajan
decide,
is
but
not
in
the
a
CMD.
systematic approach.
I'll clarify what I meant. My presentation was not up, but we also have a board subcommittee. We also have an independent director. We also have 2 other full functional directors. Now, with respect to NMDC, what you said, you are, I think, setting up a steel plant somewhere, right? Now, if I understand right, if I put it in a very extreme term, I hope you don't react, it is CSR. Because you're putting it at a place where financially it doesn't make sense. Now, this decision, I'm not too sure would have been taken by the CSR committee. So that is my, thing of saying, the CEO decides what kind of HR, you may have the same policy, but how much scrutiny to have, how severely to implement it, whether to go, balance, it is guy at the top. I stand by it.
How can you say that? Only the government of India.
Yeah, I know.
The whole debate.
Sir.
Only government of India. How can say CEO, who is a government appointee, can decide a steel plant? I am head of steel plant there, CSR and HRD. So we are spending money before steel plant comes. It is under construction. Every year 70 crores in Jagdalpur. Forget Balalila sector. So that is the business. That is your topic. Strategy vis-a-vis the business growth. We spend money before steel plant comes every year 70 crores because of business growth, future business growth. That's one statement I am giving, very, very important. It's not philanthropic money, it's not a charity. This is for the people before the steel plant may come after 3-4 years. Last 4 years we are spending, there is no profit. If you go by the act, you need not to spend money because this is under
I'll
construction.
give an example of the oil industry. Many years back, of course, now that refinery is getting commissioned, or it has just been commissioned by Honorable Petroleum Minister in Paradeep. When it was set up, it was considered to be non-viable. Of course, the good thing is India as a country is growing, demand is coming, so even Jagdalpur makes sense. But if I was a private company, I won't want to set up a steel plant in Jagdalpur. But for the fact that I want to make a difference to the people around there, because I am around there, and somewhere that philosophy of the CEO creeps in. I have, in my previous company, I had 3 different CEOs, and I found during one of them, the interpretation of the HR policies, the same policies were all there. You had the same board subcommittee. It was all there. Professor Mishra may bear me out. I'm not going to get into the details. But the accent, the philosophy, the, way you approach it, it's a concept. The head guy decides how to really, treat your people, if I may use that word. That is what I was trying to say. But we also have the board subcommittee. We also take decisions there. Decisions are taken there, but we also know where decisions are taken.
Basically, I think what is meaning is who Yes. They ultimately is to stay there.
But then I
That's
that's
the
it. If you go back,
driving seat.
if you go travel in the past, now you know such a plant is Jagatpur. Now if you go back this time only, then Tata has such a plant in Jamshedpur. What Jamshedpur was in 1911, I went to Tata's own book. There was nothing, only these three people went, and there was a vast stretch. And then, GRD decided that we have to be plant there. And really? Now how to do that? How to do that? I think, if you don't go to those areas, can we leave them out? Or you want, in India, I don't say which is not inclusive. What should we do?
So Jamshedji Tata didn't go there because he loved the place. He went there because coal mines and the best iron ore, Mohammed, which is the best in the world.
But if that is the case, I think, let's say, Indian Institute of Sciences, what was Tata's interest in that? They created and they number 10 in the world today. Number 10 in the world, there is no university, there is no IIT, there is no IIM.
So you have a contradiction of sorts.
And Tata are on the board. Once they created, they came out. They have nothing to say about the functioning of it. So maybe it is there, and we don't know. Tomorrow we may strike iron ore in the world. In those areas, if NLC has gone there, why NLC has gone there? Because that area is rich of iron ore, and iron content is about 67 to 75%. If we have not gone, then I think we have committed a mistake. Why did we not go there earlier? That's the issue, I think.
It is also a pressure that the state governments are putting now, saying you cannot come mine and take it away. You have to do the valuation in my state. That is why a lot of these steel plant projects in Odisha have got started. State government is saying you do the valuation here. You can't just take the iron ore and get it. So, of course.
No, the question I think what you told us is your value creation. If you create value, then the question comes of sharing. How much they have, they will never say Odisha or Rajasthan or that purpose of Telangana. They will take extend public stone. But if value is there, maybe that they ask you for a very large sum and the rest you may take away. But the time may come when I think the proportion ratio will change. So I think, if you say, I think, you talk about the short term and long term. In short term, I think you have to take people along with you on the road. You have to understand. And I hope that they will also understand in the course of time. You don't have to, I have something in my mind. I think that there are 10 people who are cooperating with me. They will also understand that if this man has to exist together to support and help me. So that they also gain, we also gain. The technology issue, I think, which is I think, very, very important. How CSR can, how will it link that?
No, I am talking about the other tripod. One leg is about people, planet, topics. I don't have topics. I can't have people and planet. And therefore, I can't sustain it for a long time. I'm talking about the earlier part is about carrying people along in the short term. I would actually like to flip it and say it's important to carry people in the long run. In the short run, even if it doesn't come with me, in the long run, he will understand that my interest is there. So he will align. Short run, through populism, we carry people. But even if he disagrees with me in the short
Run, long run he will come. When he knows that I'm. So if there are no more questions.
One minute, sir. As myself, Dr. C.S. Murthy, I think you remember me. I am from HPCL
Oh
manager.
yes, hello.
Yeah. Now I am heading HR department as a DGM HR at Mineral Exploration Corporation Limited, MECL Nagpur. We are talking about, giving more empowerment to vigilance. Just I want to tell my own case study, sir, Raj sir. In the last year CSR, we have given the activity to one of the NGO. After taking the approval from the board level CSR committee, I am a member in that. Secondly, from the board of the directors. Then we have given the advance amount to the party, 40% of the total value. Even then we have been questioned by the vigilance person, CVO, saying that why advance has been given. And are you taking any interest on the advance? So then, it is a
can I
question
respond
to
to
the...
that? Can
was not asked for. This was the second part. If the company has no declared policy,
Sir,
clear
Raj
declared
sir,
policies.
Can I step in, sir?
Yeah. Yes. Not only that, no. When I said we have taken the approval from the board, it means it
Absolutely.
has gone through so many layers.
Advance part. Advance part.
Advance part only.
Is it part of policy of the company?
Pardon?
Giving advance.
Okay.
Was it allowed in your policy?
No, that's not allowed in the policy,
That-
but,
that's
no,
not-
sir. However, we have obtained approval from the board as a special case to complete the activity analysis.
Unless you change your manual, you can't get special case and say, I'm changing my manual for special case.
Who-
So anyway, we cannot.
Sir, I'll
but
just
within
respond
that,
with your-
my theory remains, you should internalize the vigilance mechanism in the company and not, therefore, you are exposing yourself to external vigilance mechanism because you are not internalizing.
No, sir, policy has to be changed with the board of directors.
I'm not saying you, entire country and government must agree that PSUs before 91 and today are different.
Sir, don't generalize
So
PSU.
we have to internalize the PSU vigilance also.
Sir, I'll give you an example of what, very good point you raised. In Demel, we had to give money to some eye hospital. It was coming through a lot of pressure. Very reputed eye hospital. Even though we have a policy of giving in the past, we had given huge amounts. So I said, we will not give money. They will buy those equipment or operation theatre, whatever. They will show the proof to us, we will go and hand over, then only. Similarly with Akshay Patra, 15, 16 lakhs for one van. He said, we will not give you money. Buy the van, give us the proof, we hand over.
The point is, or imbus, the point, yeah, that's what, see, if you're giving money, it has different connotations, therefore.
But thing is that sir, many of the CSR initiatives will involve lot many amounts. Like suppose if a project is being taken as 8 crores or 5 crores, and when we enter an MOU, without seed money, if it was not provided either in partnership work or with NGOs or somebody else, let us not talk about NGOs, partnership work. We have to enter an MOU and pay the amount. If we enter an MOU, means the other party is also equally responsible to take it. So if the MOU part is there, automatically rest will be
We
taken.
have the system, what we do is, we have the mobilization fund.